Hi, my name is Samantha, and I've chosen to do my project on forensic entomology. Forensic entomology involves studying insects associated with the human corpse in relation to the amount of time that an individual has been deceased. Insects can show that the body has been moved around after death or that it has been disturbed by animals or by a killer in the case of a murder. After 3 days, insect evidence is often the most accurate and sometimes the sole method of determining the time that has passed since death. There are two main ways to use insects in determining the elapsed time since death. These are using the successional waves of insects and using maggot age and development. When a corpse has been dead for between a month up to a year or more, the successional wave of insects is used. If death has occurred less than a month prior to the corpse's discovery, the age and life cycle of maggots is studied. The first method. When a human body is decomposing, rapid physical, biological, and chemical changes occur. Different species of insects are attracted to the different stages of decomposition. Deutera species of the families Califoridae and Sarcophidae will arrive within 24 hours of death in suitable climates, being attracted to the blood and other bodily fluids. Other species, like those in the family Pilophilidae, will appear on the dead body later on, during protein fermentation. Others are not directly attracted to the body, but arrive later on to feed on the other insects present. And with the knowledge of regional insect fauna and the times of carrion colonization, the insects assembled on the corpse can be analyzed to determine a window of time at which death took place. The second method. Maggot age and development can give a date of death accurate to a day or less or a range of days. This can be used in the first few weeks after death. Maggots, the larvae or immature stages of Deutera, are used in this method because they are the first to arrive on the corpse. Califoridae flies lay their eggs on the corpse, usually in the wounds or any naturally occurring orifices. Their development consists of a predictable cycle with a set number of steps. Each developmental stage takes a known amount of time. Analysis of the oldest stage of insects on the corpse and the temperature of the area a body is discovered in can lead to a day or a range of days in which these flies first oviposited or laid their eggs on the corpse, leading to the time of death. Califoridae. These flies can arrive within minutes after death. Adult Califoridae often have shiny metallic bodies and are usually blue, green, or black in color. When the eggs of these flies hatch, the larvae or maggots emerge and feed on the dead body, using their pair of mouth hooks for feeding. Maggots grow rapidly and stop feeding once they reach full size, migrating to drier areas to pupate. Cochleomya macellaria is an example of a blowfly that is attracted to human corpses. Also known as the secondary screwworm, it is 5 to 8 millimeters in length, having a metallic greenish-blue body with 3 dark green longitudinal stripes on its thorax. Chrysomya rufafices, often known as the hairy maggot blowfly, is another example of a blowfly attracted to these corpses. It is metallic green in color with a distinctive blue hue under bright sunlight. Its posterior margin of the abdominal tergites are a distinctive blue color. Necrophorus obicalis is a species of sexton beetle that is a decomposer, feeding on carcasses of small dead animals. This beetle is black with colorful orange markings on its elytra. It has clubbed antennae with 3 orange apical segments and a black base. The adults are 15 to 22 millimeters in size. The larvae have widely separated labial palpi, 10 abdominal segments, with the sternum separated into skeletonized units called sternites. This species will appear on carcasses once they have been exposed for several days. They feed on the fly larvae present there, which may jeopardize the accuracy of post-mortem interval estimates, or time elapsed since death. It can, however, help to determine the time elapsed since death as well. Within 12 to 48 hours of discovering a carcass, a female will lay eggs, which will hatch about 56 hours later. The American carrion beetle lays its eggs on raw flesh, usually that of dead animals, and fungi. The larvae consume this flesh, and along with the adults also consume fly larvae, and the larvae of other carrion beetles. The adults are 12 to 22 millimeters in length, with a pale yellow pronotum containing a black spot in the center. Larvae are black and look armored. These beetles will arrive at a carcass a few hours after the flies have arrived and immediately begin eating the hatching fly larvae, mate, and lay their own eggs. The larvae will eat the carcass and other larvae once it has emerged. Adults remain on the carcass as long as it lasts, acting as predators of competitors to give their offspring the chance to grow. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.